What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So we got some Blazers news, man. So the Portland Trail Blazers have promoted Joe Cronin to general manager in what I believe was a 4-year deal. Yes, it says Cronin, who received a 4-year contract, has been entrusted by Chair Jody Allen to overhaul the team since the Blazers started sliding out of playoff contention last winter following injuries to Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum. So, first and foremost, I feel like this was kind of inevitable for the Blazers to do. Like they've already allowed Joe Cronin to start to tear the team down. So why not allow him the opportunity to finish what he started? So I know there's a huge contingent of Blazers fans out there that aren't fond of the moves that he's made and how he made them. They feel like there's other ways that they could have went, to get more assets and all that. I understand all that stuff. But for me, I just want to see what he was trying to do with those moves. If what he ended up doing with trading away CJ, Norm, Robert Covington, Nance, Tony Snell, if it ends up not being what it should be, then criticism is definitely a must. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to allow for criticism, But to right now, it's just not a finished product. We got the lottery coming up. So many different variables in that scenario for the Blazers, so we could be a top 4, and that could definitely change the dynamic of this team, getting a top 4 pick, you know what I'm saying, right out the gate. I know we ended up losing that first round draft pick over to the Pelicans, but then getting into the playoffs, there's a lot of fans out there that are upset that we traded CJ over to New Orleans and they ended up getting in the playoffs, so we ended up not getting that, so I mean, it is what it is, man. I just can't look at it either way still yet. I want to see how the draft lottery looks. I want to see what type of trades Joe Cronin does. I want to see what type of free agents we're looking at, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very clear that Joe Cronin is out there doing his due diligence right now. Like I just seen a report that Blazers just all of a sudden popped up as being an interested party in Chicago Bulls guard Zach LaVine. Now, that dynamic, Dame and Zach LaVine together, that would be, that would be a beastly 1-2 combo, you know what I'm saying? But do I feel like that's a feasible option? Not to me. I just don't see why Chicago would allow for Zach LaVine to leave, but we do know that Chicago is a team that doesn't like to pay its players, and that's throughout history, you know what I'm saying? So they've had a lot of great players come through and go, because they didn't want to pay. So maybe Zach LaVine is an option out there. I would definitely be pursuing it, because Zach LaVine is a hell of a player, and teaming him up with Dame, that would be a very dangerous team, I think it would be better than him, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, even though they were beast mode this year, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that pairing would be a lot better with Dame and Zach LaVine. But I'm not really thinking that the Blazers are kind of in the running for that, because I just feel like they need much more talent than just Zach LaVine, you know what I'm saying? If we were a more complete team, and we, go into like the off season or whatever, or like the trade deadline or something like that, or then we try to make a deal for Zach LaVine, I feel like that's a more feasible way for the Blazers to get him instead of getting him like in the free agency like that, because we'd have to do a lot of like renouncing rights of players and all that stuff, and that just kind of messes up the team, in my opinion. So I probably wouldn't do that right now, unfortunately, But there's also rumors out there that the Blazers are looking into Miles Bridges in case we don't have an opportunity to go after Jeremy Grant, who I still feel like Jeremy Grant is that dude that we're gonna get, man. I feel like he's pretty much locked in. That's who I feel like the Blazers are gonna get. And then say in the draft we get the number 1 overall pick or whatever, and we pick anyone from. I feel like it should be Jabari Smith. You know what I mean? Me personally, I feel like Jabari Smith would be perfect for Dan, perfect for Coach Billups. I feel like he would just mesh in beautifully with this team. I feel like he would be a terror on both ends of the floor for the Blazers. And he could be that guy that could team up with Ant in the future. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I would go with, me personally. But we got to just wait and see how it goes. Different types of trade opportunities that could be out there for the Blazers. Some of these teams that ended up losing in the playoffs, some of these teams that might lose in the second round, they might be looking to get rid of some guys too that the Blazers could possibly get into, So it's just so much still to be still too much unknown for me to say anything negatively or positively about Joe Cronin right now. I know there's a huge contingent of Blazers fans that just feel like he's not good. He's not a good negotiator or any of that stuff. And it could be, but I just feel like we got to wait and see what the team looks like in the off season. I don't know if it'll be complete this off season. You know what I mean? With the deals and all that stuff. That's why I feel like it's really good that he has a 4-year window. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Blazers are definitely going to be a playoff caliber team next season, and then they keep retooling and rebuilding around Dame. So that's how I look at it. I'm just trying to be as logical as possible, and I'm going to continuously be that way. But I don't have too much else on this one. This is your boy P Money. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm off this.